Namaste. So today I'm just going to go over 3 different exercises that will help you open up your hips and your hamstrings to allow you to get into splits. So splits, we know, is classic position. We want to be really open in our hips. We want to keep both of our hips moving forward or straight and not turning out to the side. Once you do start to do it, you may notice that you are turning out a little bit to the side. You really want to work on getting those hips nice and open so you can keep your hips both pointed forward. And that's going to be the same on both sides. You also want to be relatively open in the hamstrings. If you are tight here, you'll feel it here, and you'll feel it here, and you may also feel it in the lower back if you're compressing your spine too much. So you want to try to keep the spine in a straight position. So there are some different exercises that we can do just to help us get nice and open in those areas. And the first one is just a basic runner's lunge. This is probably going to be the best one that you can do. And you want to relax down into the position. So you're going to feel a stretch. You might feel it in the quadricep. And I'm doing this with the right leg in front and the left leg behind me. And you want to relax down and feel that opening. You may also feel a little bit of tightness through the right hamstring. And you want to breathe into it. And I'll go ahead and change sides. So you can see, so I'm not straight up here, but I'm really just allowing myself to come down into it and open up that entire front part of the quadricep, the hip flexors, and sinking down into it deeper and deeper. And you can stay here for 5 breaths, for 10 breaths, or a couple minutes, whatever is most comfortable. Now again, switching sides, if we want to take this just a little bit deeper, we can go ahead and actually start to grab our back leg. And that's going to allow us to get into that hip flexor, this time on the left side, just a little bit more. Simultaneously, we're also getting a nice little shoulder opener. And again, breathing into it. And switching sides. And if you're more comfortable turning towards the inside of the leg, you can turn towards the inside, or you can do it from the outside as well. And you'll start to feel, even just pulling that leg back just a little bit, you'll start to feel it up in here. This is the area that we want flexible, as well as the hamstrings. From this position, switching legs again one more time, the second thing that we can do is start to elongate that front leg, and this is going to open up the hamstrings. It's also going to release the lower back. And again, breathing into it. And then you can switch sides and elongate the left leg again. Once again, feeling that through the hamstrings. And if you are tight in the hamstrings, you'll feel this starting to release slowly but surely. And then when we do this, we actually can combine those 2 movements, and we can combine it as we sink down into the hips a little bit, and then straighten out that leg. And we can go through that one more time. And it's actually an excellent exercise to combine both of those together, especially if you're going out for a walk or if you're jogging or any other exercises that you do, because you want to have some flexibility through these areas. And last time, one more time, and then straightening. So those are 2 exercises combined together that we can do. And then the third one, it's kind of a classic position, is your basic hamstring stretch, laying on the back. So here ideally, if you are tight here, you can either grab a towel behind the knee, or you can grab a towel behind the ankle, or you can just use your hands. But you do want to make sure the leg is straight. And you just want to bring the leg down towards your forehead, towards your chest, keeping it as straight as possible. And if you do use a towel, you'll notice that you'll get a little bit more pressure on the back of the leg. And then breathe into it. And then switching sides. You also want to make sure that your back is flat on the ground and you're not bringing yourself up too much on either side. So those are 3 exercises that we can do to help us improve the split. I'll actually add a 4th one in, and that's going to be your happy baby, which is always nice to end in happy baby. And you want to, as you do this, kind of press the feet down. This is going to be an excellent hip opener. Pressing the feet down a little bit, and you should feel that into the hip flexors. If you're tight in that area, this is going to help open you up there. And back and forth and breathing. So those are just a few different things that you can do that is going to help you improve your splits, and you want to do these ideally every day. You can do them once in the morning even, and once in the evening, and you'll notice after a little bit of time that you start to get a little bit more open, that eventually you'll be able to come into your splits. Namaste.